Good morning, true crime friends. How y'all doing? Look, I think I mentioned this before on a public video. I'm traveling this week, so this is like my remote setup. And by remote setup, I mean my iPhone propped against a wall. So bear with me because I'm not in my normal office. But look, Luigi Maggione, look, I'm gonna mess up the man's name, so I'm just gonna call him Luigi. Luigi, who unfortunately unalived, that United Healthcare CEO has been captured. Y'all, he was in a McDonald's. You know who found him? A curtain twitcher. A nosy lady who was just like, that looked like that boy from the TV. Boop, 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 boop. Hello, 911. How much was that reward? Yeah, that boy who was with the pew pew, I think he's down here in the McDonald's. He's having an egg McMuffin. Look, that's how it went in my mind. Now, how it actually went, unclear. We don't have all the details yet. Now, we do know that he was enjoying a nice McDonald's breakfast, and when the cops approached him, they was like, hey boy, hey, I'm summarizing, of course. They were just like, hey boy, hey, how you doing? What's your name? And he was just like, oh, my name is Mark. And they were like, okay, Mark, do you have any ID? So he gives them the ID, and then they run it on their little computer. Y'all, this boy was in Altoona, Pennsylvania. He said he was from New Jersey. How dare he blaspheme New Jersey? We have Jersey pride. We are Jersey strong. Is the entire fun a super fun? Is the entire state a super fun site? Yes, but we're not going to let that trouble us. Anyway. So the beautiful Garden State, where parts of it are filled with like dead mobsters and radioactive waste, was defamed in all of this. We didn't do anything. So he gives the ID, and they were like, sir, no, I'm gonna need you to try again. This is fake. And he was like, okay, so my real name is Luigi. And they were like, have you been in New York recently? And he was like, humana. In my mind, the egg slipped out of his egg McMuffin. I don't know if that actually happened, but that's the way it happened to me. So the egg slips out, and they were like, he was like, I don't, started to stumble and stammer. And they're like, okay, come with us. We got this nice car you can sit in. It's going to be nice and warm. Don't you worry about it. And they arrested him. And he reportedly has not said one word from that day to this. Okay, that day would be like yesterday, but still he has said nothing. And so they did the perp walk where they took him from like the car and they took him into the courthouse to be arraigned, and his head held high and his hands behind his back, and they arrested him, and they took him in the court, and they had his bag. In his bag, they found the pew pew that he used in the unfortunate unaliving. Turns out it was a DIY job, a homemade, a ghost pew pew. Y'all, he printed it on a 3D printer and then bought spare parts or whatever and turned it, and he made like a homemade silencer. Because see, here's the thing. If you get a silencer like the right way, you can't even own it in your own name. I cannot have like an official Gossip, Rumor, and Innuendo LLC silencer. Not that I would want one. But he can't, you have to have, if you have a silencer, you have to open a trust, and then the trust owns it. You don't even own it personally. That just seemed like a lot of paperwork to me. And it's like trackable through the courts and stuff. He's like, why would I do all that when I could just go buy some of this plastic string and 3D print it? I don't know how he 3D printed it. In my mind, it was plastic string because that's what I see when I go to the Joann Fabric. So anyway, it was a homemade gun, and he used it, and apparently it was effective. Now look, he also, according to my research, and by research, I mean just watching videos on Court TV and stuff, he was a true crime fan. He was carrying with him a manifesto that was like, healthcare is terrible, evil corporations are evil, I'm doing this for their own good, something like that. I'm summarizing, of course. And a Faraway bag. Do y'all know what a Faraway bag is? Listen. My Murdoch people, if you were on that Alec Murdoch case, I know you know what a Faraway bag is. That's a bag made out of a special fabric, which, by the way, you can just buy online, because I went on to Amazon to see if I could buy me some Faraway material. Just for my own interest. I'm not going to commit no crimes, I promise. Anyway, he had a Faraway bag. Faraday bag. You put the phone in the Faraday bag, and then you close it up, and nobody can track your phone. I guess except for when you're using it. But if you're using a burner phone, I guess it works for burner phones too. This boy knew what he was doing. And let me tell you something. He, better than all of the other criminals we have covered here, passed shut-up classes. Listen, So many of our criminal friends, they're not friends. So many of these criminals clearly failed shut up class. He graduated top of his class because he has said nothing, nada, yet, not a word. And I'm like, oh, I kind of respect it. I mean, he's going to go to prison forever, ever. But still, I'm not mad at his ability to shut up. Because at the end of the day, in every court case, the criminal goes, the accused goes before the court and it says like, prove it. You think I did that terrible thing? Prove it. Sir, here's where you messed up. You kept carrying around that pew the whole time. So they're going to be able to prove that was yours. I assume, I don't know. You had a manifesto, on paper? Really? How delightfully old school. Meanwhile, this dude's classmates, he went to like a fancy private school. He's one of 5 children from the Baltimore area. He went to like a fancy private boys' school, graduating class of 85 kids. All 84 of those other boys are like, hello, CNN, I am ready for my close-up. Let me tell you what he was like in high school. Let me tell you who he dated, whatever. He was sexy, he was attractive, everything is good, and then he hurt his back, right? And so he had this serious back injury. He has 5 long screws in his back that he posted on his social media, and then he got mad at the healthcare company. Sir, from what I hear, your family is rich. And so, yeah, it's very upsetting to have an injury and to have healthcare problems, but your family probably could have paid. That's not the same as like people who don't have a lot of money, who can't afford to pay for healthcare. By the by, let me just officially say that we here at Gossip, Rumor, and Innuendo LLC, don't sue me, do not advocate for the unfortunate unaliving of anybody for any reason. That's terrible. And I know some people are like, hooray, this dude unfortunately unalived a healthcare executive. You know what I say? That's terrible, and you should go to jail. And people are also saying this dude is hot. Now listen, hot is always a matter of opinion. To me, being alive is hot. Not unfortunately unaliving others, very hot. Like money is hot, sure, great. Good health care, being a good having common decency and being a good person, very hot, very hot. This dude is physically attractive. You know what that's not going to do him a whole lot of good? Prison. I wonder if the other inmates will think he's hot. Okay. Sir, all that six pack of abs. First of all, once you get down there to the prison, now look, we over here at the Gossip Channel, we've been watching crime for a long time, and we see what happens. Oh, they go in all hot and sexy and looking all delightful or whatever. Cut to 3 months later, 6 months later, they done had a bunch of zuzus and wham-whams down there at the prison. They're bloated. They look like they've eaten every carb on the planet. See also Donna Adelson, Sarah Boone, Lori Shriver. It's a whole bunch of them. That Garrick Pursehouse, whatever his name was, he was all like cut and ripped and whatever with the chiseled jawline. He looked like the Pillsbury Doughboy by the time they carted him off of his life sentence. Sir, your hotness is not long for this world. And if you thought that the healthcare on the outside was bad, wait till you get a load of prison healthcare. It's not going to go good for you. He's only 26 with a life sentence. That's going to be a long time. And sir, if you did this crime, which obviously the government has to prove, I suspect that a whole lot of people are working on this case and they're going to be able to prove that you did the terrible thing. You going to jail forever, ever. Like ever and ever. Where, okay, commencing to shutting up. Maybe that worked out good for you then. I hope you're talking to your lawyer. I hope you, sir, you're going to need actual Jesus. No, listen. We here over at the Gossip Channel, we are not sacrilegious. We understand that the higher deities are busy. There's people getting shot out in the streets and stuff. There's war and famine. So we usually focus our attention on the other deities like the Golden Girls and Tina Turner. But your case, sir, you are going to require actual Jesus. You might want to start saying some prayers. Were you raised Catholic? I'm assuming that because of the Italianness, but I don't know. Mary, all the saints and angels, everybody. You're gonna need to skip right on by everybody. You know, it's not a saint for who's the saint of lost causes. I don't know who that is. You gonna need to talk to that saint. I'm sure your mama sends you a little medal or something. According to his classmates, this dude injured his back. After his back injury, I'm not sure if he's evil or crazy or both, but after his back injury, he shut down. He stopped talking to everybody. 18 months ago, he cut all ties and then became like a crazy unaliver? I don't know. He wrote a book review of the Unabomber's Manifesto. Sir. He was just like, oops, some people need to be unalived. Sir, we've discussed here before. I don't know if you've watched this channel, but public service unalivings still illegal. I know it doesn't seem like they should be, because here's the thing. If you decide somebody needs to be public servicely unalived, everybody got to agree on that. And then the government does it in a nice, humane fashion after making you wait for a super duper long time. But on the day that this man was buried, Brian Thompson, the decedent, was buried, Luigi went to prison. Luigi went to jail over there in Altoona, Pennsylvania. Sir, I hope you enjoyed the finer jails of Pennsylvania, because you about to go to jail in New York. It's not going to go good. I'm not a psychic. I don't know for sure, but something tells me it's not going to go good for you. So look, in other news, I'm doing a collaboration. Y'all, my favorite podcast YouTube channel is collaborating with little old me, Paul, from Reporting Live from My Sofa. We're getting together and we're going to gossip live from our sofas. Well, I'll probably still be in a hotel room, but he will be on his sofa. I'm so excited. I've loved Paul's channel since forever. And I was so upset when Roscoe P. Coltrane passed. But now he has those two other puppies, Bo and Luke. Oh, I wonder if the puppies will be at the live stream. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so look, that's going to be Friday, December the 13th, 2024. That's this Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Oh, yes, I got my whole StreamYard life together, and me and you and Paul, we're going to hang out. Look, I got things to do. I got to refill my coffee. I will talk to you later. Bye.